Hello everyone. I want to continue my Legend series, and I'm extremely excited and happy to give you Wasim Akram, one of my all-time favorites, an absolute legend, once in a lifetime player without any doubt, and an absolute magical bowler. He was born June 3rd, 1966. He was born in Lahore, and he played 104 test matches, and he took 414 wickets with 25 5 wicket hauls and 5 10 wicket hauls. And in one day cricket, he played 356 matches, and he took 502 wickets, and he also has 23 4 wicket hauls in one day internationals. Those are crazy numbers. And Wasim Akram was the first bowler in history to pass 500 one day international wickets. He actually started his career as a tape ball cricketer. A lot of people might be surprised, but tape ball cricket is quite popular in Pakistan. And Wasim Akram, can you believe it? Wasim Akram didn't find a place in his college team. That is crazy. And Imran Khan is the mentor of Wasim Akram. Imran Khan is the one who found Wasim Akram and took him into the Pakistani team and supported him all the way through. I mean, he was an absolute mentor to Wasim Akram. Even after Imran Khan retired, and even at the later stages, Wasim Akram always used to contact Imran Khan for advice. And in 2013, when Wisden was celebrating his 150th anniversary, it selected an all-time Test 11, and Wasim Akram was in that team. He was only Pakistani in that team. And Wasim Akram is known as the Sultan of Swing. Obviously, Dire Straits, there's a song, Sultans of Swing. Sultan of Swing, that was how Wasim Akram was known. I mean, he was an absolute legend with swinging the ball, and he was probably the greatest exponent of the reverse swing. Imran Khan and Sarfraz, they are the ones who started the reverse swing, but Wasim Akram was the best exponent and the most dangerous exponent of the reverse swinging ball. And Wasim Akram also played for, he made his debut in 1984, one day debut, and 1985 he made his test debut when he was quite like 18, 19 years old. And another record that Wasim Akram has, he was the youngest player at that point to take 10 wickets in a match when he took 10 wickets against New Zealand in a test match, the second test match that he played. He was 18 years and 200 days something. And Wasim Akram is definitely known. I mean, everyone knows he's definitely the greatest left-arm bowler that has played cricket. But I would definitely put my foot down and say that Wasim Akram was the greatest bowler of all time. I have no doubts about it. I mean, there are some great bowlers. Obviously, I know Dennis Lillee, Andy Roberts, Michael Holding, Malcolm Marshall, Bob Willis, a lot of great bowlers, McGrath, Donald, Steyn, but I mean, Wasim Akram was definitely the greatest in my book. And if you ask a lot of batsmen, I mean, I've heard Brian Lara, Ricky Ponting, Sachin Tendulkar, Jack Callis, all the great AP de Villiers. A lot of people, when you ask them, sometimes they give a name of a different bowler that they have found it difficult. But even Glenn McGrath once selected Wasim Akram as the best bowler. I mean, it's like a no-brainer answer for them when you ask Ricky Ponting. When you ask Brian Lara, their first Jack Callis, their first name that comes to their mind is Wasim Akram. And I haven't used many names like Wasim Akram when I used to coach, when I used to talk about the bowling side to bowlers, because a lot of people don't know that the left arm, I mean, I'm talking as a left arm and I'm a right armer, but if you're a left armer, your right arm, your leading arm, Wasim Akram was the fastest to do that in cricket. I mean, he used to bowl with 4-5 steps towards the end of his career, and he was still bowl around 140. The way that he used to pull his arm over, I mean, that was quick. I mean, that is where pace comes for a fast bowler. If you keep, me being a right-handed bowler, if I keep my left hand here and I run and I bowl, no matter how fast I try to bowl, the ball will be slow. But when I am a right-hand bowler, I mean, this hand is the ball that you bowl, but this left arm, the way you swipe the hand, I mean, the whip the hand, that is where the pace comes from. I mean, even the direction as well, because that actually works as like a telescope. Even with batting, I mean, your left arm is the one that gives you direction. I've coached, I mean, even at the school now, I'm busy telling it to a lot of children and trying to get them to do it. Akram was the best at it, and Wasim Akram in 1989-90 when Pakistan toured Australia in one of the first match in Melbourne. Wasim Akram took 11 wickets. He took 6 wickets in the first innings and the 5 wickets in the second innings, and he was absolutely lethal. And you could hear the commentators talk about it. They were so excited. It's like they knew that the great big thing had happened in cricket. I would recommend everyone to please, when you have time, go on YouTube and check that match 1989-90 Pakistan tour of Australia, the first match at Melbourne where Wasim Akram took 11 wickets. And in the second test match at Adelaide as well, I mean, Wasim Akram scored a 50 in the first innings and he scored a century in the second innings batting. Imran Khan also got 100 in that innings. So Wasim Akram, as a very young player, getting 100 in Australian conditions against Merv Hughes, McDermott of those times, it wasn't an easy thing to go and bat in Australia. So Wasim Akram was a very good all-rounder as well. I mean, bowling, everyone knows about it, but batting, he was a very good batsman. And a lot of people might not know this. Wasim Akram has a higher score of 257 not out against Zimbabwe. That was in 96 or so. And he hit 12 sixes in that innings. And that is a world record. The most sixes hit by a batsman in a test match innings is 12 by Wasim Akram against Zimbabwe, 257 not out. So he has 3 international test hundreds to his name. Besides the 414 wickets in Test cricket, 502 Test wickets is the one-day wickets. And Wasim Akram in 1988 to 1998, Wasim Akram played for Lancashire. In 1998, as the captain of Lancashire for Wasim Akram, he won the NatWest Trophy and the Sunday League for Lancashire, and also finished second in the county championship. In the all the competitions together, Lancashire only lost 5 matches that season under Wasim Akram. And another thing, in 96-97, where everyone knows Australia, they have the triangular series in Australia in December, January normally. And it was called the Carlton and United series at that time. Before, in the old years, it used to be the Benson and Hedges series. In the Carlton and United series, Pakistan won the triangular series under Wasim Akram as captain. Australia didn't even make the finals, and Pakistan beat West Indies in 2-0 in the finals, obviously best of 3 finals. Brian Lara was the top scorer of the tournament, and Shane Warne was the highest wicket taker. And another thing about Wasim Akram has 4 international hat-tricks. He has 2 hat-tricks in one-day internationals, and he has 2 hat-tricks in test matches. And another match that I would definitely want you to watch would be that 99 World Cup match against Australia. Not the finals, the group phase. I've mentioned it in one of my videos. Wasim Akram took 4 wickets for 40 runs in that match. He took the wickets of Gilchrist, Michael Bevan and Damien Martin. And he was absolutely unplayable. I've said the word wind. I used the word wind when I said about that match. Wasim Akram was literally unplayable. The ball was swinging like crazy. And it was swinging both ways. And one thing I have to say about Wasim Akram, there is no bowler who had more skills with the ball than Wasim Akram as a fast bowler. I mean, Shane Warne was the most skillful as a spin bowler. Wasim Akram could bowl any ball. He could bowl 6 different balls in an over. And a lot of people I've seen have got this wrong sometimes. Sometimes people mistake swing with seam movement. And I've heard some people asking, does this pitch swing? I mean, a swing is what happens in the air when the ball swings, if it's an in-swinger or an outswinger. That's what happens when the ball moves in the air, not after pitching, before the ball pitches. That is swing. What happens after the ball pitches is the seam movement, when the ball goes. So it's an in-swinger. When I bowl, I get a lot of in-swingers because I have a Donald kind of action, so I get a lot of in-swing. Then outswinger, the perfect example for outswing was Kapil Dev. And then there is a off-cutter where the ball pitches and then moves inside, and a ball pitches and moves outside, the leg cutter. So there are 4 types of movement. I mean, an in-swinger that moves in the air, outswinger moves in the air, and then an off-cutter when the ball pitches and moves inside, and a ball pitches and then goes away from the leg. For the right hand, I'm talking about right hand, all of them. So there's outswing, in-swing, leg cutter and off cutter. And Wasim Akram could bowl all of them. Plus he had the slow ball. He had an excellent bouncer as well. When he was young, tall, lean, he had a lethal bouncer. And in 2002, Wisden selected Wasim Akram as the greatest ODI bowler of all time. They had done so batting wise. They had once selected Vivian Richards as the greatest ODI batsman, and now in 2002 they selected Wasim Akram as the greatest one-day bowler of all time. And in 1999, Wasim Akram was the captain when Pakistan reached the finals of the World Cup and they lost to Australia. And Wasim Akram, I mean, I have to say, I mean, the skills that I mean, I always used to talk to a lot of people. I used to say that if I had one ball to go and I had to take one batsman out, if I was given a choice to give the ball to someone, I wouldn't even have to think once about it. I would automatically give it to Wasim Akram because he could bowl any batsman anytime. I mean, he had that amazing Yorker. I mean, you cannot talk about Wasim Akram without talking about the Yorker. He was a specialist at bowling those Yorkers, death bowlers. I mean, there's something that you don't see in cricket today much, but Wasim Akram could bowl Yorkers at will. I've heard him say that he used to practice the Yorkers like he wanted to hit the top of the stumps, and that is how he used to bowl the Yorker. He used to bowl amazing Yorkers. Even in one day cricket, he was a really difficult bowler to get away with, and he was always economical as well. I've hardly seen Wasim Akram go over 50 runs in 10 overs. He was always economical. So I think I've covered most of the things about Wasim Akram. I did say about the Lancashire event. So the three. And by the way, obviously, sorry, I would have forgotten the most important one: the 1992 World Cup finals against England. Please do watch it as well, youngsters, if you haven't. I mean, Wasim Akram turned that match around. He took 3 wickets. Coming around the wicket, he had Ian Botham caught behind, and then he took 2 wickets in 2 balls. He bowled Alan Lamb with an absolute gem of a ball. Coming around the wicket as well, he bowled Alan Lamb. And the very next ball, the first ball that Chris Lewis faced, Wasim Akram was bowling around the wicket again, and he bowled a ball that pitched away outside the off stump, and that ball jagged in so much it came inside. It was an absolute off cutter, and it came inside and it took his stumps off. So it was bowled. He was on a hat trick then. So he actually took 2 balls, 2 wickets in 2 balls. Alan Lamb and Chris Lewis, and then Ian Botham in the beginning. So Wasim Akram took 3 wickets in that World Cup finals and changed that match. And he was absolutely devastating in that 1992 World Cup. I mean, the earlier years, Wasim Akram was even more faster than the latter time. So I mean, at that pace, with that swing that he had, the bouncer that he had, he was unplayable. So I have already said it without any doubt in my book, the greatest bowler that has ever played cricket. Even Vivian Richards once said that he was lucky that he didn't face much of Wasim Akram in his career, because he said he found Wasim Akram very difficult. But obviously Vivian Richards was towards the end of his career, and Wasim Akram was just coming in, so you can't compare it. But Vivian Richards did give a big compliment to Wasim Akram, and pointing, like I've said, all the other players. So that is my video for the Sultan of Swing, Wasim Akram, the greatest left armer, the greatest fast bowler that has played cricket. I hope you have enjoyed it, and please do watch these 3 matches. I'm again repeating: the 92 World Cup finals against England, that 99 match against Australia, the group phase, and that 89-90 first test match at Melbourne, where he took 11 wickets against Australia. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Take care. Thank you.